to go, even with the new commands. Okay, now it should be ready to go, right? Let me see. Yeah, right where I can't see the clock, which is telling me, but you guys can. All right, we should be set to go. I kind of want it a little lower. Yeah, we'll let some people get in here before we get started. This is Sunday service. It's the hour of power. No, I ain't got an hour. I gotta go to a business brunch. So wish me luck. I hate this thing is in the way. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. I do hate that this camera has this big hole thing in the way. It makes no sense to me. All right, that's just gonna have to do as I sit down and go through this. You know what that's about. So everything seems to be on a slant. Still a little crooked. All right. Are we ready to roll? What's up, Don? Let's get into this. Now, this was the question that was posed by one of the females in the comment section who was talking about people's perceptions and how her business couldn't grow because people had created a perception about her that wasn't even true. She was dating a man, and her man ended up doing some damage to her business because he was spiteful because she didn't want to be with him anymore. So, to do such things to her business, he went to Yelp. He reported her business as fraudulent, saying that they were doing all this. Went to talk to her clients, turned her clients against her, started this whole war back and forth, made it like you can't trust your husband around her, everything to mess her up because he didn't want her to be successful without him. Now, that was just her example. That doesn't relate to every couple in the world, but the narrative is the same. The whole concept of the poison, that's the problem. Now, what is the poison? The poison is that it's the perceptions that people have a problem with. And they insert those perceptions into people because they want everyone to be prisoner to their thoughts and their ideas. So when you're prisoners to someone else's perceptions of you, you're always going to be insecure. You're always going to care about what other people think more than what you think about yourself or you think, period, about anything: food, music, movies, life, any results. You're always going to feel your opinion is not strong. So you're going to always seek other people's opinions or thoughts. So you're prisoners to what other people are thinking. These other people will guide your life if you let them. And they'll guide it in the way they see fit. They love doing that. That's called bulldozing. They love to bulldoze right over you and give you their projections on what they think you should be doing. But never take any consideration. This is different from giving advice. You see, when you give someone advice, normally it's called constructive criticism. But people forget the constructive part in there and just go straight to the criticism. Now, when you understand the difference between someone bulldozing you and someone's trying to control you to go with their narrative all the time, then that's when you'll start to try to find, what women like to say more than men, is find their own voice. That's what they mean when they said, I'm trying to find my voice. Meaning that, like, this other lady was married for 12 years, and her husband did most of the speaking for them. Like, he made most of the decisions on when they went there, anywhere they did. He was the person that made the decision. He was the one that went to the waste company and wrote the letters and did all this. So she really didn't have her voice. She was mostly following his lead. So now when they split up after 12 years of marriage, and she has to now figure it out. She got 2 kids to raise, and she's like, look, I got 2 kids to raise, and I need to have my voice for them more than anything. So, they got joint custody and do what they gotta do, but still, she has to find her voice in that narrative. Because if you don't, these things are gonna come back to bite you later on in life. You'll always be submissive to the control of another person that'll come in. Insecurity is mostly implanted. You impose it on yourself when others, you release that power to them. I know somebody who can't even watch a movie unless it has a review by other people and they want to see what the review is. I got to see what the review is. I can see if you take it in consideration, saying, well, there are a lot of people reviewed it and they're kind of saying the same things, but I still kind of I'm interested in seeing it myself so I can see what it is for myself. See, I know how to process that, so I'm never a prisoner to anyone else's thoughts. I've never went along with the masses. I'm known for just going, the programming didn't work with me. So I am often rebelling and going with what I think, and I can care less who comes with me. That's always been my way since a kid. And my mom's just like, you just love to be against everybody. And I'm like, no, I just don't see it the way everybody else see it. And that was just the truth. I was just born that way. Born to not see the world as everybody else sees it. But they will try to make you feel like you're crazy. You're inferior. Something's wrong with you if you don't go along with status quo. If you go against the grain and say, oh, I don't think that we should go in this direction. Oh, no, I don't think this is wrong. I don't think we should do that. Once you start saying stuff like that, you're often making a path to clear the way for them to manipulate you. Remember, we went through the key manipulations. So when you start going through key manipulations and those points to make you feel, to break you down, to break your spirit down, that's what a manipulator would do. Women manipulation is different. They don't normally use flattery too much to do it. They normally use sorrow, guilt as their entry point into the manipulation. Men are different. Men use flattery. They come in with candies and flowers and appreciation. They come with this mask to get you to bring your guards down. Now, then comes the insecurity. Then comes all of that. Then comes the making you unsure of yourself and trusting of him. So that's where the isolation comes in. They don't want you hanging with your friends. They don't want you hanging with your family. It's all about them. This is part of the man's situation, that isolation. Women does isolation a little differently. They start off isolating you from the guilt to the isolation. They go in combinations, but normally they start with the guilt and they come in with that sorrow and guilt, then go to the isolation, then goes to the next levels. Men are different. Men start with the flattery, then the isolation, then making you insecure about everything and only trusting his knowledge, and then it goes from threats of violence. That's the last stage of the manipulation. Now, when you start seeing this type of behavior from women do threats of violence a lot quicker than men. Trust me, they threats of violence is not just on you; it's on material things that you own. They'll throw away their own stuff that you bought them. It's crazy. No, the world moves rapidly, and when the decision making and when you're choosing to follow behind certain people, you have to know their motivation. You have to know what is their goal, what's their agenda, what's their plan, what's the whole thing that you could recognize. Very key things that you could recognize. The disconnect, the change in energies. Um, it's a certain frequency pull. And when you don't notice it there now, that's how women can tell. See, men are oblivious to these signs because they don't pay attention to them. You know, that's how a woman can pick up if a man is cheating or if a man does something or is doing something wrong. When men just do stuff out of the blue and they thinking this will cover me. When he comes home with flowers on a Wednesday for no reason, you know, and he don't think that he thinking he's doing a good thing. This just put her on alert because what you haven't noticed is she's been noticing you acting and behaving differently, and you think everything's the same because your mind doesn't work the way that it should. It's not on that wavelength that it should be on. Your frequency has changed and you didn't notice it, but she did. And women often know a frequency change. Now, men can't change. Most of them don't recognize when a woman's frequency has changed. You have to be perceptive to look for it, to see. This is why they're so good at doing whatever they do, and nobody says a word about it. They don't. Woman could be cheating for 30 years, you wouldn't probably never know. Because, see, women cheat up, men cheat down. That's just how it is. A woman cheat, she gonna be with some guy that's got a boat, a house. It'd be like, man, she didn't went up. A man cheat, he's cheating with the doggone secretary, the girl that throws out garbage and cleans up vomit out of a restaurant. Yeah, I got a business brunch to go to, so kind of killing time. But we gotta. I haven't heard back from anybody. I've sent them the message and still no ping, nothing. So I'm like, are we still doing this brunch? It's still on my calendar. I called. I'm like, after this, I'll hit them up and see if we still doing the business brunch or if they changed something, they can let me know about it. I never had a problem with the details of certain events. I can recall them because I took a lot of pictures, dude. Oh yeah, the Desert Rose shirt. This mauve. This is mauve. No, people's perceptions and realities are completely different from one another. So if your perception of reality is slightly different from another person, then there's nothing you can do. There's very limited space for growth in that field. Like I told you, some people you could teach two people, identical twins, teach them the exact same things. Teach none of them anything different. Put them on the same clothes, feed them the same foods. The one to grow up to want to be a doctor, the other one to grow up and be in a rock band or something. It doesn't. That's what I'm trying to say. It does not matter. Sometimes you could tell somebody something very small and they could use that and take that to a whole nother level. Tell them just a little bit and they could take it to another level. You could pour a whole gallon of knowledge into one person's head and it just will not stick, because everybody has a limit of capability of what they can learn on something of interest, and they're dedicated to learn it, they just can't get it. It just don't work with them. No matter how much you work with them and process, somebody else, you give them just a little bit and they get it and they go. It's just people have different capabilities of learning. And for some people, you have to figure out what that frequency is, right? So you can connect to them so they can get it. Well, dating is a vibe. Like, I'm entirely different sometimes when I go out on a date. Because if I'm on a date, let's say this is a date, right? What I'm doing is I am really getting to know you. But most importantly, I'm paying attention to your frequency to me. It's not about me with you more than it is me watching you with me. How you're processing the information that I'm giving you about me. And I'm learning and I'm surveying it. So I'm recording your frequencies to this information. For instance, let me give you an example. If I go out to a date and I tell my date, like, yeah, I like anime movies and cartoons and everything. I do that. Sometimes I watch this, I do that. Watch TV show Power. Sometimes I do this. And you start telling her, and she's learning about you, and she's learning in the engagement and a lot of this. And a lot of people like my sense of humor. I don't think I'm funny, but a lot of people think I'm funny. But on a date, I'm noticing the reactions, noticing the surveys. I'm getting the vibe, the information going back and forth. Like, okay, I got this info. We're going back and forth. I'm processing that frequency. So that now, if I'm actually in the act of doing these things, let's say I'm watching an anime movie and all this stuff, and the frequency is a little different now. The acting alien is I'm doing something I never said I was going to do, and you could tell that frequency difference, or you could tell if it bothers them or something that you do. And I'd be like, why are you freaking out about this? Like, what is your tone, your energy? You can pick up little things. But I normally pick up a woman's frequency of change doing an event of something that we used to do. Like we would go out to a dinner or an engagement or something, and something would be said, and I would remember it. Oh, they wouldn't think I heard it, but I did. And that would totally put my frequency on an alert. They don't know what they've said and done. But if you pay attention, and me being able to multitask, I could be looking over here, doing this, watching the game, doing that, and I'm used to doing 3, 4 different things at the same time, right? So if I'm engaged in something and you think I'm not paying attention, I might be engaged in this and be giving this 20% of my attention. I might be listening and giving this 80 to 90% of my attention. You won't know. But I will hear it and I will record it. and mentally record this, and I will keep that as reference. And it ended up being a very key thing in this girl I used to date, as what gave it away. It's very key details that when she was real comfortable, she was talking and she said something. And she had mentioned something about a trip and was saying something like, oh yeah, because I got friends out there and blah, 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 and this and that. And she knew a lot about this place. And she had been, and she said she had friends in this place before. Just in a loose conversation that she had with me. Just loose, just brought up some points that we were talking about and going on trips and all this stuff. And she just loosely brought that up and volunteered some information that she wasn't even asked about. And I was like, okay. I'm like, well, she's been there before. All right, it's no big deal. But I'm aware that she's been there, and I'm aware that she knows the place a lot better, and she got friends there. Now, months later, here comes a trip to said place. That's I'm not told about, but I was told about allegedly through her. This is something that puts me on alert too. I'm very perceptive and very remembrance of something that is of importance of you going out of town. I think I would know that you're going out of town soon. Even if I forgot the location, I know you're going out of town. You tell me the day, what was it, Thursday night after you get off of work. So you're leaving out on Friday, that you're going to be back on Monday. You're just going for this weekend. Now, okay, I found out Thursday night that you're leaving in a couple hours. So no matter, our conversation here is like, whoa, okay, what's going on? What's happening? I'm not grilling you. I'm just like, trip came out of nowhere. I told you I was going on this trip. It's just business. I don't really know anything about this place. Ding! My thought process go all the way back. I'm remembering the conversation. Yeah, she did know that. She knew everywhere. She knew the streets. She knew where to go. She said she had friends that lived there. Yes, it's the same place. And I was like, okay, I thought you had friends that stayed there. Me? No. Oh no, I had friends that used to stay there a long time ago, but not anymore. I don't really know the place or anything. I'm like, okay. Have a safe trip. Coming back from the trip, and I didn't know Snoop Dogg brother. I just didn't. Rest in peace to him. I heard about it on social media, but I never knew him. So anyway, long story short, she comes back from the trip. And when she comes back from the trip, I can tell the frequency is completely different. We go out to eat. We go out to dinner. And this dinner was so, I want to say, cold. There was no anything. I'm just like, we went out 1,000 times. Never did it feel like this. It felt like I was out with a total stranger. It was like, so what do you want to do? Like, you want to go somewhere after this? I don't know. I mean, it was just so bland. We had no vibe. I don't think I've laughed or smiled the entire time. It was just that bad. We were just all just going through the motion of like, well, we agreed to go to dinner. Let's just eat. That's basically it. It was so bad. I knew that this conversation would come back up at a certain point. So I took out my phone and I recorded her at the table so she could see what I'm seeing when we have this discussion later. And I was like, we finna have this discussion later. I already know it. So let's go ahead and I'm record her behavior right now. And it was only about 10 seconds. but it was enough to say everything. The whole time, her head is like this on her phone, all throughout basically the dinner. And was like, no, what? No, let's do something. I want to do something. Let's go hang out. We went to the casino. I'm just like trying to get this day over with because in my mind, I'm already checked out. I have a very thin line when it comes to dealing with nonsense. I will be gone in a second. It could be one word, it could be a line, it could be anything. Switch is gone. I'm done. And once that's it, that's it. I'm shifted. So now her energy, she's trying to like, oh my God, like he could must pick up on this vibe that like what am I doing? Like she's realizing that she's giving off a frequency that she's trying to get back to the frequency of no, so now she's trying to be engaged and she was like, well, I was looking at my phone because you were looking at yours. I'm like, nope. When she started, I put my phone up every time I'm with her. My phone is up. I don't do that with her. So I'm like, unless it's like a business thing, I would tell her in advance, like, hey, this is for business, so I might have to get a call. Other than that, I clear my everything I'm doing to make time for this time here because of what I do. I have to at least do that. So if I don't, it's you talking about ain't no need for a relationship, man. Shoot, and come to find out, they went to a certain place to go to my buddy Nick Cannon wilding out. So they went to a wilding out thing. She knew some people that worked for wilding out, and she was wilding out at the parties down there having fun. And I'm like, I know Nick, I know the producer, I know the guys that work. You forgot? So it was quite funny that I didn't even have to ask them because I'm like, I don't even need them. Your body language told me something was wrong. Then she tried to do the other thing and make me seem crazy. And I'm like, I don't know what you did. I don't care. I just don't like this energy. So I'm no longer interested in whatever this is until this change, or you might having a bad day, but I don't like this. I feel like you're keeping something from me. And once I feel like that, I become guarded, and that's it. You said I gave the one short and thick girl who your boys was trying to holler at too many chances. Hey, Otis, have you always noticed that's always been, if I look back at all my girlfriends, they've all been about 5'9" and thick. Short and thick chicks, yep. Y'all already know me. That's hilarious. They've all been about short and thick. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Y'all know me that well. Jesus Christ. 5'9" isn't short. Well, I'm saying 5'9" in general. Because that's probably the limit. Normally they about 5'6", 5'5". But no, 5'9" is probably the tallest I'm going. I can't be out with a girl like this, my arm all the way up here. I'm trying to hug. My arm all the way up there. I'd be looking ridiculous. Have me looking ridiculous. Well, Steven, I was supposed to go to a brunch, but hell, the way they going, we gonna have a problem soon. Cause don't look like they finna make the brunch. Y'all got me up. I was in the bed rolling over and I jumped up, got in the shower, and looked at my calendar. I said, that's today. And it's my baby sister's birthday. So happy birthday to my baby sister. Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna stop worrying about her. I'm gonna let her go and do her thing. Go on and fly. Go on and soar. Do your thing. Yep, I used to feed her. I had to learn how to take care of her. That's what you gotta do. You gotta step up. Oh, yes. Prisoner of the moment. But that's what I'm saying. You let people be prisoner to your thoughts. Or give your whole thoughts to somebody else. Don't happen to me. I ain't prisoner to anybody's thoughts. I process what other people say, but I have my own mind. I will always think for myself. I will not allow myself to live in a prisoner of someone else's thoughts. And I hate when they say, well, they said, when everybody keep telling you what they said, they, I mean, who is they? Who's this invisible they? What do you think? That's the point. I keep trying to make to people over and over again. What do you think? I'm interested to know what you think. Don't tell me what everyone else thinks. What do you think? See, when you're young and you're in your teens and you're starting off and by the time you hit early 20s, you're learning how to be an adult. This is what the education system was supposed to be about. After high school, it's no more adolescence. Now you have to learn how to think. That's the development of college life. Now you are learning to adjust to live in society. So you have to learn how to think and make decisions. This is what people allot, and they run from the decisions, and they run into everyone else to make it for them. They delegate it because they don't like making decisions. Think about it. It could be something as meticulous as what to eat. When you are so used to asking somebody else what you want to eat, you're already surrendering your power to them just for something that minute. And it's not a one-way thing, a man doing this to a woman. Women do it to men more than men do it to women. Women are the masters of doing this. Women are great with mind control. A woman will implant her mind control on a man at will, and this is how it works. I'm gonna show you. A woman will say, do I look good in this? You're not allowed to tell what you think there. She's not asking for you. You are not allowed. You are not allowed to say what you think to that question. She don't care about what you think. You are supposed to say, baby, you look outstanding in that dress. That's what you're supposed to say. A woman saying, I feel like doing something. Don't you feel like doing something? A woman will imply, don't you feel like doing something? Don't you feel like doing something means don't expect me to cook tonight. Don't expect you to come in this house and think we just gonna sit in this house all day today. Don't you feel like doing something mean you better get your ass up and find us something to do. Because we are not, we are not finna sit here in this house all day. Don't you feel like doing something? And you better say, yeah, I do. These are the lines that they do. And they love this. What do you have a taste for? What do you have a taste for? It's not about you. It's not about what you have a taste for. It's not about that. It's we're going out to eat. What do you have a taste for? I'm not cooking it. You can cook it if it could be made. But what do you have a taste for? And like, I don't know. Your answer to this question is supposed to be, I don't know. What do you got a taste for? That's the program response you're supposed to give in these questions. Answering these wrong will get a woman incessantly mad at you. I'm telling you, I'm trying to save y'all lives. Men, I am trying to save y'all lives from this manipulation because women do not speak directly. 99.9% of them do not speak directly at all. They speak in code, and you got to figure out code. And you don't, they get frustrated. You don't know them. You don't figure this out. So I'm trying to speed you up through the success. Those are toxic women. No, those are women. Those are women. 99.9%. It is a high number. Well, women in general, they love that misdirectional game. I'm like, these are questions, and they, no matter what the woman, no matter what race, I've dated women in every race pretty much. So I've seen it, and the questioning is all the same. I was like, this is crazy. How all y'all have this same layout. This must be an invisible hand cheat sheet. They hand each other like, shh, here. Shh, here. They handing each other that cheat sheet. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying, because what you want is not the case. You have to recognize she wants to go out to eat. So man normally recognizes this and says, okay, we're going out to eat. And he'll say, I don't know, what you got a taste for? And then she'll normally say what she feels like she had a taste for. So now you know you got to go out to eat. Or you either going to cook that meal she has a taste for or take her out to eat. But bottom line is, she ain't cooking. If when you come out, y'all supposed to be going somewhere, especially if it's something like a friend of hers is having an anniversary party at their house. Oh, whoo, whoo. Oh God, Nightmare Central, right? First of all, a place you don't want to go, but it's someplace she's excited to go. How to survive these moments? Woo, good Lord. Oh my goodness. Have I ever dated a Haitian chick? Yes. From Haiti. Yes, I have. There's a lot of fire there, and we gonna burn the house down with them. Boy, they fierce. It takes a certain kind of man to deal with that. And I don't want to go to jail. So, a lot of them gonna be alone. Trust me. Yeah, I got 2 Haitian friends now, females. And they alone. They done beat those men into submission. And they just like ran and escaped. But let me show you how to tell you how to survive this scenario. So let's say, like I said, anniversary party, friend's house. They have a bunch of people coming over. You don't really feel like going, but she's excited to go. So if you're lucky, you have a husband that would like to go out and do these things too and love to go out. So it's no problem. But let's say you don't like these. So I hate going to these things. So, and then I'm going to explain why I hate going to these events. She's excited to go. You don't want to go. You thinking about all the stuff you could be doing instead of doing this thing, all on the ride there. But you got to be interested for her, and she's picking up the vibe that I really don't want to go. And it's like, I'm doing this for you. I get there and I'm just like not finna ruin it for her. A woman is on cloud nine at these things. Your job is just to be there. That's it. You decide, show. But before you even leave the house, the woman is acting like she's the military drill sergeant. Did you get the keys? Lock the door. Make sure the window's there. Get that there. You're wearing that? Now, you've been dressing yourself your entire life. But because of this friend's anniversary party, now all of a sudden you can't dress yourself no more. Are you going to wear that? That what you wearing? That's what I'm wearing. It's 20 minutes to leave. I decided to just put on something I'm not going to wear. So a woman won't tell you directly. If she's saying, is that what you're going to wear? Are you wearing that? Means you better go upstairs and effing change right now. You're not wearing that out the house with me. That's what that means. So anybody who's been in a relationship, that's what's going down. From the moment she says those words, that means you better go upstairs right now and change. Don't even start the argument. Just go upstairs and start changing. Because it's going to go bad. Now, what happens is over time, you're conditioned to where you don't even dress yourself no more. You ask the wife for everything. She's now buying your clothes because you don't even know what's good and bad no more. Does this work? What about this? Does this work with this? You asking questions because one, you just don't want to get yelled at. And two, you just surrendered your power. You became prisoner to what her thoughts are like. And now, before you even leave the house, you'd have had to go through a whole military drill. Is the bed made? Yes. Nobody's coming to the house. Y'all leaving the house. Everything got to be locked down. Make sure the lock is here. That lock there, make sure that's locked. Okay, what's that? Did we leave remote there? Did the stove is on? Did I do all this? It's like, look, everything is taken care of. Can we please go? All right. All right, we ready. Did I leave my purse? Did I leave my sunglasses? I'm like, this is a person you see every week. We just going to their house for this party. I don't want to look crazy and be out there and everybody, all these people. Nuts, right? So you go there. You don't want to be there. She don't care about you, what you doing there. This is about her. Her time. So it got nothing to do with you. You just the showpiece. That's it. So you just go there to be the showpiece. So as soon as y'all walk through the door, it's showpiece time. And they come in there and be, hey, oh yeah, this is so-and-so. That's him, yeah. And you like, hi, how you doing? And she be like, oh, I got one of those too. Here it is. This is Bart. You're like, oh yeah, because he like baseball and stuff. Oh, Bart like baseball. Baseball. You and Bart go sit over there in the corner and talk baseball. Yeah, girl, so what's going on? And then you sitting there with this person you don't know. You like baseball? I like baseball too. Oh my God. This is the society of what it is. You're there for her. But you will never get credit for being there for her. Ever. Don't ever think that you're going to get credit for this. But oh no, if she helped you find your keys one time, She gonna remember that. And when that day you couldn't find your keys, who found them? I'd be like, I got a spare. They're somewhere in the house. They're not going anywhere. I'm telling you. So you got to understand, from a male's perspective, we see all of this stuff that the women do. Women are the master manipulators. They do this to men all the time and program their responses. They do that. They do not speak directly. Men speak directly. Women do not. That's it. If your man is not speaking directly to you, it's because he already knows you don't want him speaking directly. You say that, but you really don't. You want him to say what you want him to say. When you say, how do I look in this? He better say something like, baby, you look like the first day I met you. If you don't say that, you in trouble. Men's whole life is this. Men want sex, man, I want to have sex. Men hungry, man, I want something to eat. Men want to watch the game, I want to watch the game. They mean what they say. That's it. They just mean it. I want to watch a movie. Guess what? We want to watch the movie. Women don't want the truth. Women want to hear what they want to hear. That's what they say. They want the truth, but that's another misdirection. I'm glad you put that statement up there. I want the truth. You don't want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Y'all can't handle the truth. What y'all want is to hear what you want to hear. If a man told you, she was like, well, tell me the truth about this outfit. Well, that'll fit you when you was like in our 3rd year of our relationship. I don't know why you wearing that now. It's gonna split when you sit down. Why don't you buy something that fit? Now you're attacking. Now you're a hostile person. You want to know what the truth got my buddy? My buddy went out and cheated on his girl, and it's the most funniest thing ever in history. He was driven there by his other friend. Him and his other friend was both sleeping with the same girl, who was best friends to his girl. Now, he gets driven over there because he rides in the car. He had just talked to his girl. She had beeped him because this is back in beeper time for y'all younger people. She beeped him. So the phone beeps, and as soon as the phone beeps, right, and he calls her and talks to her for the last time, and he didn't lie. He planned on staying at the crib. Like, I'm in the crib all night. I ain't going nowhere. Finna go to bed. And she knows he's at the crib, and he's going to bed because he said it, and he was really finna go to bed. He hung up the phone. Next thing you know, he's going to bed and gets a beep, beep. It's his buddy like, yo, homegirl ready to go. And I'm coming up there. Right, I'm coming over there right now. That's right, there's Doc Skrilla. Yeah, why you wearing that is wrong, yo. That's wrong to them, exactly. But they can say it to us, but we can't say it to them. But anyway, so his buddy picks him up. They go riding over there to the girl's house. All of a sudden, that guy that came to pick him up, he got a girlfriend too. His girlfriend noticed he snuck out the house. So she calls the other friend, his best friend, calls his girl and she was like, oh no, I just talked to him, he went to bed. She was like, I don't trust it because he don't go nowhere without him because I heard him on the phone with somebody. Like he was saying like, I'm coming to get you and all this. So her antennas are up. And she was like, I think I know where they going. And it was to her friend's house, her girl. Now, she should be mad at her girl. Right? You would think if your girl is plotting to sleep with both of her friends' boyfriend this night, first of all, these two dudes are stupid. Let's get that in perspective right now. This is just dumb. You finna sleep with your girl, both of y'all girls, friend, who ready to take both of y'all on. Y'all gonna risk it all to just go over there. I ain't get chased by the law, and I went to Chicago State up there. I used to walk through there my entire life going to school. But yeah, as soon as they did that, right, she go over there to the girl's house. I mean, they pull up over there, they at the girl's house and everything, and he picks him up. Next thing you know, they're leaving. Right? They're like, all right, he's gonna get dropped off at home. They didn't have a successful night. They're not knowing the two girls has been talking to each other. They going around searching, looking for like what could happen. And she sees her boyfriend. They went by his crib. His car is there. But the other guy who picked him up, she was like, he probably riding with him. And she was like, nah. She was like, nah. Because she was like, nah. Because his car is out there. He told me he's going to bed. And he's not answering my beeps. Because she was beeping, paging him. And he was like, looking at it like, no, let's put that away. So the guy got tinted windows. He's got all black Monte Carlo, all black tints and everything. So he gets in the car. And as he sees a car, because it's a cul-de-sac. So when you see the car turn in and it's coming down, and her house is all the way at the end. So he comes in and he said, oh man, he knew. He just looked at the lights and said, no. He said, that's your girl. And he was telling him, the guy was driving him, like, that's your girl. And he's like, I bet all the money in the world she got my girl in the car with her. And he jumps in the back seat and lays on the floor like, go, go, go. And the other girl, who's a friend, she gets scared, so she get in her car. She in front of her house. She get in her car. And everybody starts pulling off. So he was like, man, we back up and we get ready to pull out. He pulls out and take off. Boom. She cuts him off. The girl, like, he was like, my buddy's like, he was like, man, we should get out the car. He's like, hell no. He's like, look, dude, I ain't busted yet. You busted. Get out of here. Drive off. She already recognizes your car. You are busted here. Just go. Get us out of here. No, hey, I'm still here. So he laid in the back seat like, dude, drive. So he drives. And the girl, the friend, helped them out. She helped the guys out. She cut the girls off. Like they were trying to this is her friends. She's sleeping with their man, and she cut them off with their car. So they got to go around her, and that gave them enough time to get out of there. And then the girls are chasing them on the expressway. So they, man, I swear, this dude did some craziest driving I've ever seen. He goes over the medium, makes a turn and goes the opposite way in traffic. It's late at night, so in the burbs, I don't know if y'all know, it ain't like no cars out. And they on 53. I know some people know that. They know how 53 is. It's like, it ends at Lake Cook. You know, it's just that one little small expressway. Man, they hit 53. He came there, stopped, reversed, and went up the other side. And they just stopped. You see they brakes hit. I'm like, they ain't crazy enough to drive like that. He drove up on the median, everything. This dude was gone. And got up out of there driving the wrong way and got on the street and then drove him to the crib. He was getting me to my crib now. So she got mad and she was like, I need to get to a phone because I'm going to have to call. I'm just going to risk it. I'm going to have his mom wake her up and just give him the phone because his mom don't even know he out the house. So he just gets back in the house right in time. The phone ringing. He picks it up like, hello? She was like, we just called so-and-so out there. He was up there with that girl. Was you with him? He's like, what are you doing? I'm asleep. Don't call me. So he gets away scot-free. Scot-free. He is scot-free. He told his boy to lie from him. And the whole nine, his boy is lying from, his boy is in hot water already, and he's sitting there holding on to the lie. She's getting his girl cussing him out. What was you there? You doing it? You cheated with me with that slut. So he's going through it, right? And he's like, baby, I love you. I was just hanging out. We didn't do nothing. He's still trying to fight his fight and then lying for him. No, he wasn't with me. So here it is. It's gonna all of this to circle back to your original thought or question. You want the truth, right? The woman says, just tell her the truth. And this is what she said. Just tell me the truth. That's all I want is the truth. Tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. Was you there? Was you there? I mean, I ain't gonna be mad at you. I just want to know. I just don't like not to know. Tell me the truth. And I said, I remember he told me the whole story, and I said, don't do that. Don't you do that. Like, no, man. He's like, no, she's been really nice about everything, man. I think, I should just tell her the truth, because she keep bringing it up every now and then. She's just like, I kind of feel you were there. I just don't want to feel like I'm stupid, so I'm not going to be mad. I just wanted to know, like, you're not going to get in any trouble. I just need to know. I just want to know. She's like, and she told me it's not going to be any trouble. I was like, do not say anything. Nothing. Just take it to the grave. It was done and done. Just move forward. Do not go backwards. What y'all did was stupid anyway, but do not go backwards. Do not take it back to that moment in time. Everything had settled down. It has been a month. And it's a whole month. This dude's still like, man, she just brings it up every now and then. She keep rubbing my head. She didn't bought him gifts. Everything. And sure enough, what happens? This man has gotten back with his girl. The guy whose car was there. Hey, what's up, Fair Huxtable? Here you go. It ain't me. So now, it's a whole United Woman front up in here. Where the guys at? So right away, like his friend had just got back with his girls. They back on terms. So everything going good. And then he's like, all right. He got back with his girl. He said, man, she forgave me, everything. He's back good. The guy who car was who drove him over there in the first place. So now the whole nine is this. Oh, drop the link. I wish this was the one I could drop the link on. This ain't the StreamYard one. I'll probably do one later on tonight where y'all can all jump in the conversation. So, because I'm quite sure y'all gonna want to talk. So we'll continue this one later tonight too. Then I'll have that one up where y'all can just jump in. So we'll pick a time and y'all can come in and then we'll do it that way. I didn't know all the women was gonna jump up in here tonight. So if I did, I would have had it up there where y'all could come in here. But everything's going good. So they hanging out, they in a hotel room and they just lounging. She's playing with his hair and she was like, I still kind of think you did something with her because I look at my friend, she used to be my friend and now I know she did something because I bring it up to her and she'd be like, she denies it, but she's scared. So I think something went down. All of a sudden, how can I trust my friend to be true to me as a friend if he was unfaithful to his woman and husband? I trust him to be who he is. I wouldn't leave him in my house, but I trust him to be who he is. You have to know your level of friends. You have friends that are reliable and you have unreliable friends. You have associates. You treat them accordingly. So now, anyway, he decides, sitting there pillow talking, he goes and tells this girl, he was like, he figured in his brain, if he just said he kissed the girl, and didn't sleep with the girl, that should put me in the pink. I'll tell her a little something. This was the biggest mistake. And men, do not fall for that. Do not try to tell a little bit of the truth, because now you're finna dissolve that whole damn thing you've already done. You have. He said, I knew it. So his genius mind of me telling him, no, don't do it, meant if I just admit to a little thing, then it wouldn't be as bad. She said I'm not going to get in trouble anyway. I get a call back. Oh, man, it went down. I'm like, what went down? I told her. But I didn't tell her. I just told her that I kissed her, and that was it. She like she kissed me. You know, I made it like, I'm like, you're an idiot. I'm like, I could tell you what went down and I wasn't even there. You are so done. Because now you've made it 13 times worse because you've been lying to her for a complete month. That's what she thinks now. Now it's even worse. She said it wasn't going to be a problem because she was expecting you to stay to this story of nothing happened. Now you confirmed that all of this time you was lying and you were there. She don't even care about what happened with the fact we slept together. That's nothing. I don't care. She don't even care. She's more mad at the fact that you was lying the whole time. You was in that car. You was there. Y'all was evading me. You was in there. I can't trust you at all. Oh, it went up. Oh my, how did you not know that was going to be the result? How do you omit that? You thought just saying you kissed her was the thing. The fact that you were there, then you kept up the lie for the entire month. And not to mention, now everybody else is in a storm. Because now the dude who trained and picked him up and took him over there, now they had a whole new problem. And the new problem is, the guy who just got back together with his girl had been lying for him, saying he wasn't there. Now she's like, look, he was in the car with you, and you've been lying to me for a whole month. Don't talk to me. Now he back in the doghouse. Now, both of the girls, both of the girls now want to beat up their friend now because she was lying, saying that she didn't do nothing with them to cover for them. Now he admitting it has put everybody in the shit storm. And they are mad at him. Oh, they are mad as hell at him. He didn't cause a big storm. So this tells you, if you're not going to tell her the truth in the beginning, just ride that out to the end. Do not trust the woman wants to know the truth. She wanted, that does not going to benefit you at all. Tell her what she wants to hear. Do not believe they want to hear that truth. He was like, you said I wasn't going to be in trouble. She's like, I thought you wasn't. But now that I see this, he's like, put him on the witness stand and he will start singing. Yeah, that was bad, man. That was a bad moment in time. Ultimate. I was like, I don't have those problems. I don't. I don't have time for that circus. See, I would have never went that route. First, I'm not stupid enough to sit there and cheat on my girl with her friend. It's not gonna happen. Now, hey Ray, this ain't the one you could. We on the YouTube one. We don't have the one you could drop the link and get in. I wish I was on StreamYard. I should have set this up on StreamYard. This is regular YouTube thing here. So we're going to do a part 2 later today. And we'll set it up a StreamYard so that all the ladies can get back on and they'll find a time. What time work for y'all ladies? All the ladies in the chat, put a time that work for y'all We'll set it up and we'll put the link where y'all can jump in. Men can get up here too. Because the men, we got a right to. Even they don't believe we got rights. We got rights. Oh my God, women got so many excuses nowadays. It's crazy. Women are saying, oh, well, have you ever heard this? The women are very good in getting away with the crap that they do. They come up with excuses when they get busted. I love you. I'm just not in love with you. Sounds very stupid, don't it? Can a man get away with saying something like that? Never. I love you, baby. I'm just not in love with you. Stupid lines. But women can use it and say it in a way to where the guy be, oh yeah, I get that. And they be like, they really don't. It just sounded stupid from the inception of it when it first was mentioned. And they didn't know how to process it. If a woman says that line to you, I love you, I'm just not in love with you, means she don't love you. Period. If a woman responds with things saying, there you go, run, exactly. We're going to go back to the run list. If you say, oh, that's sweet, and you send them a heart or something, and they go, oh, and you tell them, hey, I love you, and then he's like, oh, you look beautiful. And they say, oh, thanks. You get a, oh, thanks. Oh, that's so sweet. You're so nice. Run. Run. There you go, Otis. You remember, run. Run. Do not walk. Run. Run. That is on the run list. Yes, run. That is not going to get better. Run. No. I have love for you. Right. I have love for you. Look, she even know you didn't use these lines before. I have love for you. I have love for you means I hope you don't get hit by a bus when you walk outside the house. Other than that, there is no love for you. Other than that, don't even walk outside the house. I guess this brunch ain't taking place. I haven't got no text or nothing over here. Oh, man. No, my whole thing is this. I care hard. I love hard. I'm never going to lie to the girl I'm dating. No. I can't. I enjoyed life so much better. I enjoyed life so much better. I don't like cheating at all. I don't do it. I don't cheat at all because it's a waste of time. One time I was told I was cheating, and this is funny, because I had a conversation with a girl, and because the girl likes me, I'm cheating. How do you think that make me feel? You all up in her face. I'm like, all up in her face, and you know she liked you. I'm like, she told you that because she didn't know we were dating, but she never even told me this. I didn't know that, but I've been knowing this girl for like years. So when I saw her, it was like, oh, hey, how you doing? Like, what are you talking about? We had a conversation. I was at the bar when they got your drink and my drink came back to the table. Here's your Remy. I'm sitting down, I'm like, why is he saying I love you first anyway? I'm not the person to say I love you first, really. I try to take, you know, love to me is so right now they treat it generically. So when you want it to mean something, you don't use it all the time. So I don't want to do that to them. I save those moments. You don't want to cheapen it and make it generic. Plus, I'm a man of action. You know, I do things. That's something y'all don't know about me because we haven't dated. But no girl who has ever dated me will ever say anything different. Like they were totally stunned. Like we went to cultural things. We went to the performance arts theater. We both were learning things together and going to see exhibits and getting, and it was enriching because they never saw these things before. And it was some things I never saw before. And I'm like, let's do it together so we both can share these moments, and do things. And that's what a relationship is, right? You're building towards something. But when we was just talking about that, you can try to elevate somebody's mind don't see like you see it. And I can't, it's hard for me to keep trying. It's like trying to coach a team and y'all 5-68, 5 wins in a 68 season, and I gotta still be happy and positive, and we got a losing record. And I'm like, I'm done all the coaching I can do here, but we still had this losing record. Why can't you make a layup? That's how it was in the lamest of terms. She kept missing layups. What do you want me to do? I have to take her out the lineup. I'm like, you're missing layups. And what that meant in the relationship thing is I shouldn't have to continuously be the one that's doing everything in the relationship. Like if I'm doing 80 and 90% of the work and you doing 3, 5%, I'm like, meet me in, like, what's that song? Meet me in the middle, right? Meet me in the middle. Meet me halfway. Can you do 50%? I'm doing all of this in the relationship and I'm trying to work and do all this. I'm the one that's doing the sacrifice. It ultimately goes down that way. Well, sometimes when they ambitions, it's not wrong for women to have these ambitions. Like I told you, I broke up with a girl that was probably she was going to be a great wife, great mother to children, and everything. But the situation is we were on two different levels. What she wanted is somebody to basically work a 9 to 5 and be there, come home at 6, and we all living in the house. And I just, to me, I just couldn't live that life. That life is, I'm a business entrepreneur. My mind is going here. Like I'm looking at different levels, scale. I'm online. I'm not trying to work at this company and go from 9 to 5 for 20, 30 years and I retire and get my retirement. That's not, I'm not in that zone. And I'm like, you're not really getting this. You're not reading me. I'm not that guy. I'm not this like, hey, honey, I'm home. Hey, what's on the stove? I'm not that guy. You need that, and I can't. Like, I swear to God, she was the best supportive, probably girlfriend I've ever had. A little over supportive. It was scary to me at some points, but I could not. I had to let her like I'm like you. I know what you need. She's like, it can work, please, I'll do better. I'm like, no, this isn't working. This is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I know what you need, and I need to do this for you because you would never do it. I have to let you go. You got to go. And now she's married, got another kid, and they having a beautiful life. And I'm happy for her. Does she still have feelings for me? Absolutely. And it's scary still to this day. Oh, you've been married for years. Please have all these feelings for him. Please. Do not have them for me. Beautiful girl. Just not. We have different goals in mind. I'm more like ascending, and she's more like complacent with just being mediocre and mediocrity. So. Oh, we got trolls in here. Man, it always happens. Now, this is what's weird. I'm almost have anxiety about meeting my girlfriend's parents. Oh, girls I've dated parents, oh my God, I dread it. In every instance, the parents love me more than they love their own kid. And it happened. The dad sat there, I've told this story before, but still, the dad sat there and they treat him like he was nothing. The mom and daughter, this is when you really get to learn who you date, how they interact with their parents and everything. This is when everything falls down and you get to see everything. I'm like, oh my God. First, what stunned me is her room, because she lived there. Now, she's a goddamn paralegal. When I met her, I'm like, you're a paralegal. You just got your degree in law, lawyer for the police. She doing all, I'm like, my goodness. She's gonna do a whole stuff. I'm like, law firm. Her mama sell houses. Her dad is a lawyer and a doctor. So he got everything going for him, and the mom sell houses, and she in real estate. Then their house is immaculate. You go in there, that place is huge. So when I say she got a room, it ain't like some little, 8 by 10. Her room is probably bigger than this living room I'm in. Now, to say the less, as soon as they open the door, it's like strawberry shortcake everywhere. I'm like, strawberry shortcake on the pillows? It's this pink, reddish pink stuff and white everywhere. It's like My Little Pony stuff there. I'm like, how old are you again? She's a grown woman and got all of this My Little Pony strawberry shortcake stuff. I'm like, this your little sister room? Like, where's this? She's like, no, I love this. And she just jumps in her bed with her knees like, look at my mattress. Boom, 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 boom. This is your room. And then the mom comes in, and the mom sees her and still treats her like she's 5. It's like soon as she walked through the door, it was like she went through a laser. And she was back to being 6 years old. I had never seen her act like this. This is a paralegal. I'm like, she's a lawyer. I'm like, I'm a lawyer. Yeah, she's a lawyer. I'm like, oh my God. You're a lawyer? This is how you live? And I noticed everything. Her and the mom get together, and they are just going over, bashing the poor husband. He's sitting there reading the paper in the den. Yes, and he's just unmotivated to do. I'm unmotivated. He's a doctor and a lawyer. How much more? How much more motivation does he need? Did you look at this place? I'm quite sure it didn't cost $25,000. Wow, he's just unmotivated to do anything else in life. And he just be sitting there. If he just had any type of motivation, he just read the paper. I'm like, I'm sitting there fighting for him, and he just reading the paper. Like he could care less. And I sat there like, they talking about you, or like, does she have a biological father? Check in later. Yeah. Well, come. Hey, Fair, tell me what time you gonna be back so I can open up the StreamYard next time. And then I'll set it up for you. So, anyway, I'm letting him know, and he said, Dad been getting double teamed since daughters could form sentences. Yeah, but the thing is that they treat him like he ain't there. He was the one telling me, you need to get rid of her. I don't know why you with her, my daughter. Like, I don't know why you with her. Yeah, she's cute, but you finna learn. She's nothing but her mother. They all the same. 4 Pacific time, so that's 2 this time. All right, we'll probably do it around, okay, we'll probably do it around, that's Pacific. That's about 3-4 hours. All right, we'll probably do it in about 5 hours then. 5 hours from now. So 5 hours from now, we'll do a StreamYard. We'll set this up and call it part 2. And then we're going to roll from there. Then we're going to have it where everybody can come up. I'm going to drop the link. Everybody can get in. So 5 hours, and we'll do it. But yeah, that was crazy. Crazy times. But I learned because he was right. Everything that he said about his daughter being like the mom was true. And she thought she could control me like her mom controls her dad. 2 different individuals. You weren't able to read my frequency. See? She couldn't read the frequency when I'm having this in conversation with your mom and you in the kitchen like it's my house. I'm in y'all house. I'm telling them what's what. No, I'm fighting. I'm like, he reading the paper. He ain't saying a word. He just takes it. He don't care. I'm like, I ain't checked out. This is my first day here. And I'm telling you wrong. And this man, he's a doctor and a lawyer. I'm like, so yeah, I'm like, he's got 2 degrees. And I'm like, y'all treat this man like he's scrapyard or something. I'm like, what's going on around here? Something I don't know about. Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. And they wouldn't let her grow up. She was spoiled, entitled, and she took that to her job as a lawyer. She took it everywhere she went. She felt entitled. Oh, everybody's favorite relationship story or dating story is when I went over there and the girl was, her boyfriend was living on the couch because they had broke up, but they had to still live in the same house. And the boyfriend was sleeping on the couch, and I come over there and he wakes up and sees me and goes, Carcino! I'm like, I watch your videos all the time. I'm like, oh my God, this just went from worse to nightmare. Oh my God, I forgot who he said he was too on there. That's probably the worst one. Yeah, everybody seems to love to hear that story over and over again. But I'll see y'all in 5 hours over here, and I'll open up the chat. All right, deuces.